Meet Britain's biggest family. 22 kids.
Oh,
10 grandkids.
it's perfect.
7 dogs. All growing up fast. And the bigger the kids, the bigger the problems.
It's horrible for me, that situation.
I'm just not happy.
This is psycho stuff.
From relationship crises
She's a bit of a hothead and she stresses out quite a bit.
Thanks for your attitude.
I'm facing life as a single mum.
The worst thing you could do is cheat.
Who's that?
She's got trust issues.
to runaway children.
Look at this headline. Woman spiked on a Greek island.
Oh my God, is that her?
The family face pregnancy panics.
The baby's heart rate is shot up.
My God.
And fame brings trespasser trouble,
When it's your house, it's just not okay.
leading to life-changing decisions.
That is stunning.
Oh, we bought a house.
But whatever life throws at them, the Radfords are there for family and friends.
What's happened?
Cancer's back.
You travel the ends of the earth to save her.
However big the problem. This time,
I need a copy of your UK driving licence.
Daniel's move to Australia is threatened
Daniel is afraid of driving.
Wow.
because of a life-changing event.
I couldn't get the seatbelt off. Definitely the scariest thing that I've been through.
Hairdressing is something I've always wanted to do.
Could Amy's fear of people
I just don't like conversation in general, really.
finish her career before it's even started?
Hairdressing, you've got to have good conversational skills.
And who's tough enough and muddy enough to take on Ellie's challenge?
Tough Mudder makes grown men and women cry.
Daddy, please don't turn off the light.
It's okay. There's no monsters. There's nothing to be afraid of.
No matter who we are, we all fear something.
I'm afraid of sharks. I'm afraid of clowns. I'm afraid of monsters. No.
Our fears may be rational or irrational. But Sue's fear is fairly simple.
I do fear, you know, all of the kids leaving home and the house being really empty because it's always just such a busy, full house.
The Radford household is shrinking. In the last 6 years, there have been 4 children leaving home.
Chris, he had kids. Sophie left home because she had Daisy. Chloe left home to go to uni and then had Mila. And then Millie left home because she had the kids as well.
But now Sue faces the biggest departure yet.
Oh, look at Daniel there. Oh, Daniel and Jack.
Daniel will soon be emigrating to Australia.
So in that picture there, he was probably about 3. He was always a very outgoing child, loved to laugh and bubbly, very popular at school. I'm going to miss Daniel so much. We've only had 4 of our children leave home, but they're all close by, so Daniel's the only one that's going miles and miles away. I mean, short of going to the moon, he couldn't get any further away, could he?
Daniel first went down under when the family visited 8 years ago.
It is strange because obviously when we went to Australia, there was all of us there. But now that he's going to be going on his own. So he's not going to have his family there.
Do you want a cup of tea? You could say living in Australia is a bit like living on Love Island, really, couldn't you? I can only see it going well, really. I just think there's more opportunities. Nice sunny beaches and a lot of nice-looking girls out there. Dad, you got your cup of tea here, mate? Some more
Why
back
are you
here.
putting a Grinch cup?
That's I literally said
What are
to
you trying to say, Daniel?
Daniel has no fear, and despite having no friends or contacts over there, he's managed to secure a good job, which makes Mum and Dad sleep a little easier.
And it's really great, isn't it, that Daniel, he's got an income straight away.
Yeah.
As parents, we don't have to worry because
No,
we know he
exactly.
can support himself whilst he's out there.
With this job due to start in 2 months,
The company's got back to me.
Daniel's just received an update.
Hi Daniel, I hope you are well. We are really looking forward to you joining us, as we think you'll be a really great fit. Ahead of you starting with us, I need a copy of your UK driving licence for when you use the company vehicles.
Having to drive was the one and only thing fearless Daniel feared. And now it could ruin everything.
Can you just tell me, like, how did it happen?
Daniel hasn't driven for almost 2 years since his near-death experience.
I was working away in Bristol and I went to go pick some food up with my friend. And I came to a junction, and as I've turned left out of the junction, I've turned my head into the back of the car to speak to my friend, and I've turned the wheel the other way. It's hit a curb and flipped the car over, and yeah, I was just upside down, and I couldn't get out of the car. My mate, he got out of the car, and then he realised that I wasn't getting out of the car. I was trying to take the seatbelt off, but I couldn't get the seatbelt off. The airbag went off and it bust my nose. My mate, he came back into the car and he just started basically battering the seatbelt, and he got the seatbelt loose eventually, and that's when I got out of the car. There was fire service, there was ambulance and the police, so all the services were there. The car was upside down, all the windows were smashed, the doors were smashed, the roof caved in. Like, the car was just completely written off. I'm just glad no one was hurt. It's the scariest, definitely the scariest thing that I've been through.
Not only for Daniel.
Wow. Like, that's bad.
It was also terrifying for Sue.
So we were actually in America when we found out about this, and Daniel had texted Noel to say, "Is Mum with you?" So I think he was more worried about my reaction than how he was, because he knew that obviously we'd be really worried about him. Daniel was always a really confident person, he was a confident driver, but since this accident, I think his confidence with driving has really taken a bit of a knock, because he's not wanted to get another car.
With Daniel afraid to drive, his whole Australian dream is in jeopardy. Coming up.
Oh, Britannia!
Can Pie Week help calm Noel's nerves?
My biggest fear is not being able to provide for the family, and the business has to be successful.
And
They're going to hate me after today.
with a tough and muddy event lined up, will the little ones survive Ellie's punishing training regime?
Casper, you cheated! He sat in the castle train.
Daniel may have his sights set on Australia, but a little closer to home is 18-year-old sister Amy.
This is my college where I do my hairdressing education. Hairdressing is something I've always wanted to do. I've always loved practice doing hairstyles on Mum and my sisters. I think that's just what made me fall in love with it.
Before the hairdressing students are allowed near paying clients,
So what are you going to do now?
I'm just going to straighten my friend's hair.
they are let loose on each other.
Come on, Cassie. My hands are cold.
Amy may have a passion for perms,
Do you mean that?
but what about crazy college life?
No, I am not a party type of person. I mean, us girls will go out for a meal, but I won't go out partying. It's just not me. I've always kept my friendship bubble quite small. I've always been a bit of a loner. That's how I like it, though.
Amy is a bit like Luke and a bit like Hallie, and as a parent I think you do worry about the more quieter ones.
With her 2 years at college nearly over, Amy will soon need to get a job. But there's a problem.
Sparking up conversation with someone I don't know is a big fear of mine. So I do find it difficult because obviously you've got to be quite talkative with your clients, haven't you?
To be a success as a hairstylist, Amy will need to overcome her greatest fear. People.
Hairdressing, you've got to have good conversational skills. You're going to have to talk to your client quite a lot. If Amy's going to succeed, she has to aim on popping her head out of the shell.
I mean, if she can't get over her shyness, a career could be over before it even starts. Let's get these in then. That can go in that one.
There's one thing in life that Noel fears above almost anything else.
I think they'll be all right there, won't they? My biggest fear is not being able to provide for the family, and obviously that's why the business has to be successful, because if that isn't working, well, we're goosed. That's it then.
The family pie business is therefore crucial.
Are you taller than me?
I am taller than you.
Come on then.
And this week is more important than most. Pie Week.
National Pie Week is a big week for the Radfords, given we are a pie business.
Oh, Britannia! The best pies are from the Radfords.
And that's so true, isn't it?
National Pie Week is great because it's probably one of the busiest weeks of the year for us. We prepare for it, we make loads and loads of extra pies.
But selling them has got a whole lot more difficult.
Competition, I think, is tougher than ever at the moment. You know, pie-flation, if you want to call it that, has definitely gone up. It costs a lot more to make a pie now than what it did. So we have got to make as many sales as we can.
This year, it's vital that Pie Week gives the business a boost. So Noel has come up with something special.
Thought I'd add a little extra touch to it this week. We're going to get out there and personally deliver them ourselves. Normally we'd use a courier, but we're going to do some local ones ourselves and just, meet some of our lovely customers. Oh, come on.
To assist with what Noel hopes will be a busy week, he's enlisted the help of Osbound Daniel.
Do you know where that is?
No. You'll have to show me. I've only lived here for 20 years, so...
Daniel, he's wanting to earn some extra money for
Australia.
saving up for Australia, aren't you? So,
yeah, so...
every penny helps.
That's presuming he goes, Noel.
Right, Dad.
Right, Daniel.
This is my first time ever going out with my dad, delivering pies and whatnot, so we'll see how it goes.
Noel's received 10 orders to be delivered this morning.
Quite fancy a pie now.
Am I hungry?
Well, the smell of that steak in there, it's nice.
But to make it a real success, he needs to hit 20 by the end of the day.
I'll get these, you get them too.
Here we are.
It's drop number 1.
It's nice to get out there, meet our customers. It's just nice now and again to say hello.
We can't answer the door right now.
Or not.
Right, next one. Pie delivery for you?
We're actually starting to get a bit worried.
Will you? Is this your tea?
It is.
All right. The whole idea of delivering pies ourselves was just get some genuine feedback.
Have you had the pies before?
We certainly have, mate, yeah.
If they don't like them, they're not going to buy them.
Which one's your favourite?
All of them. They're all good.
All of them.
Chicken and gammon's the best one.
Yeah,
Chicken and gammon.
I try to be good though.
If you eat it quick, there's less calories in them. Take care, mate.
Bye,
See you now.
Cheers.
Ta-ra.
Bye-bye.
The feedback is positive, but Noel can't relax.
You're always afraid of the competition, because, there's always other people starting up and doing the same sort of thing. People want to be the top, and, it's difficult.
It will soon be back to base to collect new orders.
Right, you're jumping in?
No, we treat our pies.
If they don't get at least 10, then Pie Week will have crumbled. Back home, one member of the household isn't afraid of hard work.
1, 2,
19-year-old Ellie loves a challenge.
I'd say I'm a good motivator. I like organising stuff for people to do. I like keeping fit. I was quite a sporty person in high school. When I left high school, I started the gym.
If Ellie sets her mind on something, she will do it, like jumping out of a plane. She's always determined to get what she wants, and she always gets everybody motivated and determined to do things.
Listen, Coach Ellie, I'm in charge.
Fearless Ellie believes the family is lacking in motivation and discipline. So she's enrolled them onto an event sure to shock them out of their slumber. Tough Mudder.
Tough Mudder is an obstacle course with a lot of mud, obstacles, water, and if you don't run through it properly, you get electrocuted. Tough Mudder makes grown men and women cry. They're gonna hate me after today.
This morning, Ellie is holding the first training session, but the grown-ups are noticeable by their absence.
I'd expect none of the older ones to turn up because they probably couldn't be bothered. Follow me!
She's putting the under-12s through their paces for their own muddy challenge.
Keep it going! I'm the boss of you today.
Hey, Mum.
Yeah, I am. Right, we're working all together to get this Tough Mudder done. Get your hands out your pockets. Phoebe, stand up straight.
Ellie is a definite hard taskmaster. She will not stand any messing about.
What's your name?
I don't know.
Right, we're not having this. Come on, get down and do 10. 1, 2, 3.
During the event, they will be facing a series of daunting obstacles. But here, Ellie has to be creative with what's available.
Yeah, you have to crawl through here. You have to do this. Come over the swing. We go down here. We go over these, over this, jump through there, stand on there. If you don't stand on there, then you have to do it again. Are you ready? Go. Come on, Archie, come on. Quick, quick. Jump over your swing. Moving too slow, come on. Quick. Under.
Despite the absence of any mud, the young team are rising to the challenge.
My favourite thing is playing in mud. I love getting muddy. I hate mud because it gets all over the place and it gets you very dirty.
Do you like mud?
No. Yeah. Well, a little bit. I like splashing and rolling in mud. It's sticky.
Come on, up the wall. You're taking ages moving. Casper, you're cheating. You didn't jump over the wall. Done. That went pretty good. I'm pretty hopeful for this Tough Mudder, but I feel like most of them like to get to the end before everyone else so they won't help each other. They're too competitive.
After the older ones skip training, Ellie's having to deal with another setback.
He sat in the castle train.
For one member of the Junior Radfords, the competition was just too much.
Casper, you wasn't disqualified. You done fine. Come on.
There are 10 days to go, but with the pressure of Tough Mudder, the family is already starting to crack.
This is going to be a disaster.
Away from the mudlarks, 18-year-old Amy is doing what she loves best.
I just think doing Lego is just so therapeutic. Apart from when you've lost a piece and you're ripping your hair out because you can't find it.
In a household this loud, Amy is refreshingly calm.
I would say I'm a very quiet person. I'd much rather be at home doing something than going out. There we go. How does that look?
Me!
But Lego isn't Amy's only passion.
There is an Amy's salon open.
Sue has asked her wannabe stylist to do the monthly kids' hair trims.
Oh gosh, how many haircuts are there in this family every year? A lot. You've got to be looking at probably about over £1,000 of haircuts every year.
£1,000? Are you joking, Sue? You'd be lucky if you get any change out of £4,000.
Am I cutting yours?
Me?
Yours?
Yeah, both of us.
But Sue has another motive.
Right, Heidi, hold that.
Amy is really good at cutting her siblings' hair at home. Like, she's confident.
Amy's hair salon, open now. Come on in.
But when she gets into cutting a stranger's hair, she kind of clams up a little bit, and I don't know why.
So to find out,
Hiya, what's your name today?
Heidi Root.
Sue's sitting in.
I didn't tell Amy that I was going to just sit down and just quietly observe her to see how she was getting on.
I'll do all of your head, don't worry. Right, you've got to keep your head straight.
Is it a lot easier to do your family's hair than it is like someone you don't know?
Yeah, because if I mess up the hair, it'll be all right. You can't shout at me.
The first thing I noticed that Amy's got a fear of failure, which she doesn't have with any of her siblings.
Hello.
I want my hair cut.
Oh, your hair's got long, hasn't it?
And then the next thing that I noticed was just how at ease Amy was.
Can I have my money, please?
I haven't got money.
She was relaxed in a way that she isn't normally.
I have to stick all your hair back on.
It gave her a real sparkle and just shows how much she loves hairdressing.
Let's see. Let me see. Wow, rock and roll.
Last in line is a slightly older gent.
Luke, what's that? You've got like a...
Shut up.
It's got like a patch of greys.
Best not say that to the customer, but Brother Luke is here for a reason.
Yeah, I really wanted Amy to cut Luke's hair because I know that Luke can give us some really good advice.
Me and Amy are a bit similar.
We don't like socialising.
No.
That's the word. I just don't like conversation in general, really. I think I'm just awkward when I speak. Just don't know what to say.
That's the other thing that I take away from this is Amy's lack of confidence in what she's talking about.
I think Amy is getting anxious and just overthinking the situation. All the client will want is for her to be polite and friendly, and she's certainly able to do that.
The cutting is almost over, and the real reason Sue has sat in.
I've got Amy some really important work experience with a great hairdresser who's a friend of mine. It's such an amazing opportunity, so I really want to make sure that Amy is ready for it.
Closing time for me. Gotta close up now.
I'm worried that she's not cut out for it at the minute. I really need to come up with a plan. I need to help Amy to get the gift of the gab, but I'm not really sure how to do that.
Coming up,
Getting over the initial shock, isn't it?
can Noel get Daniel back behind the wheel?
My dad said not to be a prisoner to your fears, but that's easy for anyone to say.
And
You need to be confident enough to strike up conversation.
will Amy's fear of people threaten her dream job?
How am I going to get her to open up?
Where are we?
I've no idea.
Still on the road are pie delivery men Noel and Daniel.
Got a pie delivery for you.
With the pie industry more competitive than ever for today to be a success, they need to gain a further 10 orders.
We've delivered everywhere. Preston, Morecambe, Pulteney Field, you name it, we've been there. They're all into the Ring doorbells, aren't they?
So have Noel's fears been allayed?
We got a last-minute load of orders come in, which was just great. Flying round. And we definitely are on course to make our best ever pie week.
It's been a busy day, but it's time for a butty.
Chicken and bacon, or honey roast ham and cheddar. Which one do you want?
The honey roast ham, I think. It's been a good day, hasn't it? Quite enjoyed it. It's nice to meet the people, isn't it?
Yeah, it's been nice, to be honest. It's been a
They're all
nice
lovely
day.
people.
Nice day for it as well.
But helping with the deliveries is not the only reason Daniel has been brought along.
We're just so busy we never get a chance to sit down and chat, really, do we? I do have an ulterior motive. Daniel is afraid of driving, so I'm just going to spring it on him. Let you do a bit of driving, all right?
Daniel hasn't driven since his accident, but Noel is hoping today that will change.
actually. I'll just find out where we're going. You can drive.
If he's still afraid to drive, his Australian dream could be over.
No, I don't think I want to drive, to be honest. No, I'll let you drive. You keep driving.
Noel's plan hasn't worked.
I didn't realise it's affected you as much as it has done. What's bothering you the most? Just nervous, I guess, in case it happens again, or what?
Yeah, well, before I had the crash, like you don't ever think it can happen to you, do you?
No, exactly, yeah.
And so when it happened, it sort of put things into perspective, really, that anything can happen at any time. So
yeah. Are you scared of driving, do you think?
Just the fact that the car was upside down, couldn't get the seatbelt off.
Jeez. And then you've got all them thoughts going through your head while you're upside down and you can't get out.
Yeah, so it was just a scary situation, really.
First thing that you think of when you knew that he'd been trapped was the fact that you just thank God that it didn't set on fire.
But Noel's got an admission of his own he hopes might help Daniel.
I've crashed a car before. Out driving down country lanes and we just skidded on a corner and ended up hitting a tree. You know, it all happens so quick, but in the time it does happen, yeah, you're scared. The thing that was scary was the noise, the big bang it makes.
Yeah.
And then you think, what the hell's just happened?
Yeah.
I learned from it just to be more cautious. Life is very fragile, it can be taken from you any time. Getting over the initial shock, isn't it? And it's still very fresh, so it's that initial getting behind the wheel and going off and doing it, isn't it? I think.
With his firstborn to feed, Noel had no option but to get back to driving.
I had to drive because I had to get to work. I had no choice, so I had to get the car fixed and back behind the wheel. But I can see where you're coming from, Dan, why it might put you off.
It's just weird because it catches you off guard completely. It was nice speaking to my dad about my worries because he's been in a crash of his own, so he understands why I don't want to get behind the wheel straight away.
I guess the only advice I can sort of give to him is drive when you're ready. I don't really want to push him into it, because he might not feel that he wants to do that.
But if Daniel wants to be the first Radford to emigrate, he's running out of time.
My dad said essentially not to be a prisoner to your fears, but I think that's easy for anyone to say, really, isn't it, when they're not the one in that situation. But if I don't, then I won't be able to go to Australia.
There's only a week to go to the Tough Mudder endurance event.
I can't hold it.
Fearless Ellie is hard at work preparing for the challenging 5K course. Of the two events, the first one for the under-12s has been oversubscribed. After all, who doesn't want to get muddy?
I want mud and I want it now.
But for the grown-up event, the interest has been poor.
So far, everybody's saying no. Daniel said no because he doesn't want to get injured because he's moving to Australia. James's was because he's got a cold. Josh didn't actually have a reason. Katie said she's got plans, so she'll see. All I've got so far is Mum, Dad, and me.
Shame on you older kids, but at least Golden Oldies Noel and Sue can show you how it's done.
Get a little bit more healthy, get the old heart pumping again. We haven't done training for a long time, have we?
No. To be fair, me personally, I do a lot of flights of stairs a day.
Keeping fit while I walk upstairs.
Now, kids, stop bickering.
Do you just go like this?
Yeah, if you like.
And then just like,
Noel!
Can't take him seriously, can you?
Come on, Noel, show us how it's done.
Oh, my God. Oh, my God, that stretched the back of my legs. Bloody Nora.
Tough Mudder is as hard as it gets. The course is designed to play on common human fears such as fire, water, electricity and heights. Nothing to worry about, guys.
Can we not just run?
Come on.
hadn't realised how unfit we are. It's going to take an absolute miracle to get around 5K course at this rate.
My legs are a bit achy now that I've done all them squats.
Right.
Go on, love, you have a sit down. It's quite romantic, isn't it?
What we'd heard about Tough Mud, it was like full of these super fit gym goers, like proper athletes. The last thing you want to do is be last, isn't it? Yeah, we definitely don't want to finish last. That's like...
That is a big fear, like, are we going to be last?
Is the threat of being mud-shamed?
I mean, your legs are longer than mine.
Let's move yours faster then.
Enough to kick this dynamic duo into action. Time is running out. For Noel and Sue, this promises to be tough. Very tough.
Hate running.
Right, Mum, Mama.
All right then, Amy, have a lovely time. I hope it goes well.
Thank you.
It's a big day for Amy.
I had a word with one of my stylist friends and she's come up with the goods. She's giving Amy the chance to work in one of the best salons in the area.
How can we hair Lancaster, please?
Sue has got her some vital work experience.
So when I first started to help Amy, I did wonder, how am I going to get her to open up?
Sue's worried that Amy's quiet awkwardness around customers could hamper her chances of success.
I'm definitely nervous to do my first real client.
So Super Sue gave her some advice.
I've had a heart-to-heart with my mum, and I think my awkwardness is just because I just don't have anything interesting to say.
So when she comes in, take a jacket, hang a jacket up there, and then say to her, come and take a seat. This is your gown.
Cheryl is the manager and she will be judging Amy's performance.
Most of the time when people come straight out of college, it is a bit like deer in headlights. Being in the salon's completely different. In a college, it is a little bit more relaxed. They have a little bit more time where it's real life. You've got clients turning up 15 minutes early, 20 minutes late, and you're trying to fit everyone in. We're not really in like the real world because it's fast-paced. You're on the go all the time.
Hiya, just take your coat for you.
Amy's first ever paying customer has arrived.
I'll just sit you down over here.
She's a regular with high expectations of good service.
So what is it we're having today then?
Can we just take like an inch off the ends?
Yeah, just a little trim.
Yeah.
Our role is to make that sure that the client feels really comfortable.
Take you down to wash your hair.
So you need to be confident enough to be able to strike up conversations and to make your client feel comfortable at all times.
Which way is hot, which way is cold? That's really hot.
It's a nervous start from Amy, and Cheryl's watching.
Being confident is a massive role in being a hairdresser. Your confidence is what's going to bring the client back as well and build a relationship.
Just let me know if it gets too warm here.
Do you like working in the salon?
I do, yeah.
So far, it's the client that's been striking up all the conversation.
Do you like cutting or do you like colouring?
A bit of both, really. I'm not that much of a talkative person, I'm more listen. So it is definitely finding things to talk about. Got any plans for the weekend?
Not original, but it's a start.
Are you doing anything?
Got work on Saturday, that's it.
Where do you work at?
At my dad's pie business.
I don't really like pies to be honest.
No, I'm sick of the sight of them, to be honest. Yeah.
The ice has been broken, and as Amy relaxes, she begins to remember her mum's advice.
She's told me to talk about my interesting and amazing things in my life. We've got a holiday, we're going to Florida. I love rides though, I could go on anything. She told me to talk about something interesting and unique about myself. There is 22 of us, yes. Well, for me, it's just normal. I can't imagine it any other way.
And the hits keep coming.
I am a Swiftie. I just love everything about Taylor Swift. I love all of her music.
Amy even has a clear vision for her career.
So my hopes for the future is to hopefully own my own salon.
Cheryl seems impressed.
Yeah, good for you. That's the best way, that. You can get your own boss man, you can do what you want.
That's what I want. Yeah.
And the earlier you do that as well, the better it is for you. So I wish I'd have done it when I was younger rather than waiting and then do it.
It's judgment time. Has Amy's first salon cut impressed the professionals?
If you just pop your head in for me, let's have a little look.
Yeah, sections are nice and clean. Tension looks good.
Yeah, fantastic.
It's a thumbs up from Cheryl.
Fantastic. Lovely. I was a bit worried at first when Amy first came in because she was a bit quiet. It was brilliant once Amy relaxed and she started to open up and chat to a client. I could see she'd be perfect for hairdressing.
Thank you.
When do you want to start?
I'm really proud of myself. It went well today. Mum's advice was definitely handy. I felt more relaxed talking to my client. Well, thank you for letting me cut your hair. You happy with your cut?
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
She's great, really, really well. She's settled in nice in the salon. She's got a really nice manner with clients, and with a haircut, she's done really, really well.
It's a massive relief that Amy's had such a great time.
As parents, you worry about the quieter ones getting left behind, but they don't. They just get there in their own way.
Hi. Thank you. Hi.
You've got to give us a shout when you're ready. You take on self-employed hairdressers.
I will do.
Can do.
Well done, Amy. Coming up, who will be the toughest or the muddiest? And back in the driver's seat,
I definitely knew that I needed to start driving again.
but can Daniel go the extra mile?
I'm not sure if I'll actually be able to.
Go on, Daniel, you can do it.
In Skipton in Yorkshire, the Radfords have travelled to confront their fears head-on.
Well, we are at Tough Mudder. What are we doing? We'd heard about Tough Mudder. It was going to be hard work getting all of them mud mounds, freezing cold and all the rest of it, and just full of top athletes. And then
we're definitely
Laurel
not
and
that.
Hardy come along and we have a go at it.
I find the Tough Mudder is hard to get round, and some people do struggle with it. It's lots of mud, water, obstacles.
But this family don't shirk a challenge, do they?
Some of them are a bit, don't know what to do this, Dad, it's going to be freezing.
Despite pressure from Coach Ellie, there's a high number of absentee scaredy cats. But there's one surprise addition on the day, Amy.
To be honest, I didn't think it'd be Amy's thing.
No, me neither.
Just go out there and get mucky and
and
submerge
boy,
yourself in
it's
freezing
muddy.
cold water.
I wanted people to realise I'm not just a quiet person. I do like being out there sometimes.
Good on you, Amy.
We're ready!
We're at the starting line. I'm pretty scared. What is? I can't do that.
Standing 40 feet tall is the toughest obstacle on the course.
I will definitely not be doing that because it'll be wet and slippy. I will probably fall down the whole thing.
That'll be one of the ones you walk past, Amy.
Yeah.
We'll see, Noel, we'll see. Time to get going.
Teamwork makes the dream work, guys.
Come on, let's go.
And they're off. 5 kilometres round the most devilishly constructed obstacles known to civilization. It's Ellie first, then Sue, then Amy, and finally Noel. So far, so good.
Teamwork seems to be working, doesn't it?
Across the park, the younger Radfords have a chance to put Coach Ellie's garden practice to good use.
Faster, faster, faster. Perfect. Oh, so close, guys.
Whilst the young ones embrace the mud, the older ones are trying their best to stay out of it.
So there was like a muddy mile.
But the bottom of it was like 2 foot deep, slurry.
Yeah.
But Tough Mudder is about to get, well, tougher.
Ellie's absolutely freezing.
Oh, it's
She's got all of her
cold.
knees. She's cut her arms and her hands.
But we're nearly there. Shall we get moving?
Nearly, Noel, but not quite. Standing in their way is their biggest challenge yet.
The motor horn was definitely the hardest thing to do.
There's a big wall at the start, so it's teamwork to get up the wall, I think.
Scaling this monster mountain will require this family of individuals to work as a team like never before.
That was definitely scary because you are really high up and there's so many people going over it. So if somebody knocks you and you fall over...
He looked at the bottom, it didn't look so bad, but it
Then
was
when you were-
really high, wasn't it?
My legs were like jelly coming back down again.
Hated that.
The finish line is in sight. That is just behind the curtain of electrified wires.
Ready?
See, people were getting like zapped by it and how much it was hurting them that I was thinking, oh my goodness.
No, run!
You've got to run like mad to minimise the pain.
Link hands together. You're superheroes. You start through your arm like superheroes.
But they've done it!
Yeah.
That was so much fun.
You only live once, so you've got to try all these things.
Working as a team, you had to like push each other up on loads of different things.
It was nice to see Amy finish the mudder run. Although she is very quiet and shy, I was so proud of her for getting it done.
It was fun. We're definitely going to do it again.
Sue might not agree when she sees the muddy washing pile.
So most mornings, I'm the first one up. Get up nice and early, enjoy the silence and have a nice brew. But that morning, I was still in bed.
It's now 2 years since Daniel's accident.
The last time I drove a car, I crashed. I was upside down and I couldn't get out of the car, so my mate had to help me get out of the car.
Daniel had only been driving a short while. I think that day he made the mistake of being too confident. I think he's realised that now.
I definitely knew that I needed to start driving again, but I'm not sure if I'll actually be able to.
Go on, Daniel, you can do it.
My dad said, you know, essentially not to be a prisoner to your fears. You know, I'm 25 years old now, so I need to be able to drive, really.
Nice one. Well done, Dan. Well done. Brilliant.
Thanks to Noel, Daniel has overcome his fear.
Yeah, I'm really proud of myself, getting behind the wheel and driving again. It feels good.
We're going to make it doubly sure that he has no more problems, so we will get him on an advanced driving course.
Good idea, Noel.
Now that I'm behind the wheel again, I can go for my job now. Yeah, I'm good to go for Australia.
Daniel has learned an important Radford's lesson for life.
What is it we say?
Don't be afraid of your fears. They're not there to scare you, they're there to make you realise that something is worth it.
Wise words. But how are those tough mudder bruises, Noel?
I'm black and blue from top to toe. I'm going back to bed. Wake me up at 12.
Next time, Tilly faces major surgery.
So you can see where the heel ends. There is a difference, 3.5 centimetres.
And cruel bullying to realise her dream.
Step, step.
And in typical Radford style, a school project to write a family history becomes a publishing sensation.
That is not the cue. That's massive. Oh my God.
Oh.
Yes, don't miss that next Sunday at 8. And witness the Radfords' trials, tribulations, tears and tantrums with all episodes of 22 Kids and Counting streaming now on My5. Coming up, will karate-loving couple Sean and Vicky give each other the chop over the housework when he joins the Mums on Strike? New next.